Oh my gosh. I had this, it's weird because, a lot of the mornings I just have comments where people just, agree or whatever. This morning I had a couple of comments that came in, and to me, they come in as super aggressive. Like, if I've already put my opinion out there and it's my content, and then you come in and start telling me why my opinion is wrong and yours is right, that's argumentative. That's not just you sharing your perspective, in my opinion, because you would allow me my opinion. It's just adding perspective. But this person has just gone, to me, like, this is where you just have to be like, when you're not in alignment with somebody. Because to me, they've come in guns blazing. Like, they have been going at me all morning. One message, usually it's like 2 pop up every time, 2 or 3, just like going. And everything they're saying, it to me is just strange. I mean, now they're just telling me that I am I only do this to build a following. I don't care about people, like all sorts of stuff. Like, it's very strange. And I've gone in and looked at this person's thing because is this a bot or something? Like, is this even a real person? And it shows that they have two things that they've posted. And it's weird because the one picture, I kind of recognize a girl. And so then it's like, maybe this person just is taken, because they do that on TikTok. People will steal your content and then put it on theirs and pretend like it's their content. It's very strange. But it's, getting followers, I guess, is the most important thing to some people. I'm not sure what the deal is. It's so strange how people are just they look at it so different, and then they get like all on you. Yesterday, I went outside when I got home. No, I mean, when I was driving, like I said, through that one part of California, I started getting those, where all of a sudden it was like something sprayed in my eyes. It was weird because it would be really quick, and then it would just go crazy, like pepper spray or something is what it kept reminding me of. And it burned so bad, and my eyes would start like spinning around in the socket or something. It felt like I couldn't see. And my both eyes were doing something different. I couldn't get them to pull in and align together. And, all these car wrecks. See, I would say all these car wrecks I keep seeing, there's something going on. They're scrambling people's minds. And I know they are. Like, I just know. And so these weird car wrecks I keep seeing, like really weird ones. The one that I saw the one day on the Twisty Mountain Road, how that car was able to go up, flip itself over, go across the lane, turn around the other direction, and then end up in this ditch. After the car wreck was cleared and stuff, I drove the whole way trying to figure out, where was it? Every ditch was so small. How the fuck did that car get over there and flip and then end up perfectly in, like, it was perfect, like the ditch was going this way, it ended up perfectly like this in the ditch. So perfect, like where the car hood thing was going down in the ditch. It was weird. It was, it looked set up. It was so perfect. And, to me, people are going to be transitioning, and there's going to be all sorts of weird stuff that keeps happening. And I've never gone out before on the road and just been one accident after another. That's new. And now I've had people tell me, like, oh, no, that's just people on their phone. Okay. So, well, I've never seen this many accidents before in my life. And so anyways, the chemical spray in the eye thing. So then the day before, when I drove up from San Francisco, and I wasn't having that, but I kept getting that weird tickle in my chest. And so then, but my eyes weren't burning, thank God, because that was a rough drive when that was happening. So then yesterday, got home, and, been unpacking and doing all that stuff, cleaning up and stuff. And then, so we went outside to sit. It was sunny and I was going to sit outside, you know, get some sun. And, right away, you know, it still is eerie. Like I said the other day, something just feels weird. It just feels weird. And I am not shitting you how hard the ground was vibrating that day when I came home. It was so fucking weird. And so now, when I was sitting outside, it happened again, where it's just like something sprayed into my eye and it just starts burning. It's burning so bad. Like it really feels like, I can only think of it being pepper spray. I don't know what all chemicals are using, and I know that they're using the frequency to intensify some of the chemicals and make different ones interact and stuff. And they can use a frequency. They said all this stuff. Like they said it in their own paperwork. Like, and there's still people who are just in denial. Well, most people don't even understand the technology and how sophisticated it is because they just believe what they're told. You know, they don't question anything. And anybody who questions anything, it kind of rubs them the wrong way. Like, you know, when they're, oh, everything's not conspiracy theory. Bullshit. Like, because you don't know what the fuck is going on. And you're telling me that, like, oh, you're too suspicious. Well, you know, I've been proven right over and over and over and over and over again. You know, and I'm not just suspicious. I'm being told stuff. So I'm being shown things. I'm going to go with what I am being shown and told. And there's a purpose behind it. And these people who are just in denial, who want to just stay. And weirdly enough, remember I had talked about that one woman who I said she has such a cool face. I really like her face. And she's always saying stuff. Well, I have seen her say some stuff that I didn't agree with. And I'm not going to go in and argue with somebody. Apparently that's what some people do though. And, but so she came into my thing today and went on a few different ones and started telling people, well, it's pollen. It's just allergies. You've just got allergies. And people are getting this eye twitch thing. And before, like a few weeks ago, I kept having this eye twitch, and then my cheek would start twitching, weird stuff like that. Now there's a whole bunch of people in my comments saying they're having that. Well, then these people who are like trusting, they're like, oh, eat a banana. That's a potassium situation you have. And so, but that one woman who I thought that she had such a cool looking face, she is now, you know, going in and telling people it's, allergies. It's like, dude, I have already done posts saying that is not allergies. People don't understand. Allergies is a psyop word. It's just a word that they put out there to say. So that we would believe, oh, and then some people even take extra injections for it. But we would believe that whatever reactions we're having is our own body. Our body's messing up. No, it's your body is telling you toxins are trying to get in. I'm trying to keep them out, but they're coming in hard. And the more it comes in, the more that your body is going to keep reacting. So my eyes were burning and burning and burning. And so then I thought, okay, that's just, maybe something just got in it. I'm just going to sit here longer. Then happened the next one. And I was like, okay, and it starts doing something else besides just burning your eyes. Like you start getting really stopped up and stuff. It's definitely chemicals coming in. And so then, I finally, I was just like, fuck this. This isn't so uncomfortable. I came in and, I had to keep trying to, like my eyes were just completely overreacting at that point. They were just like, I don't know how to explain it, but they get kind of like, swollen and tears and red. And they just, oh my gosh, hurt, where people would think, oh, I've got allergies. Well, I know it's not allergies. I can feel it when it comes in and burns my eyes. Allergies don't come in and burn your eyes like that. Like, oh my gosh, I just can't. I can't. It just made me think of when I just did that. When I was driving the San Francisco part, the last day. And once I got to traffic, when I'm sitting there, I'm just grunting and groaning and making noises, and Stella's watching me. And I was sitting there, was like itching, and I was like, stuff like that. I was thinking from her perspective, how funny that is. Like, because she would see me as another animal, you know. I could see myself as like, I'm all dressed up and sophisticated. But she's going to see me as another animal. And I'm sitting there grunting and grunting and scratching and stuff. And I don't know. I just was really giving me this perspective of the animal with the clothes on, the bipedal, is up there driving the car, and the other one in the back is just watching, just like, yeah, you just get us around and stuff. I don't know. This the whole thing just cracked me up. But anyways, just because I itched, it just reminded me of that. But so the, you know, my eyes, so then last night when I was sitting in, then it happened a couple times in the house. So I was like, and I had this air conditioner thing. Now it's working good, and I clean the filters. But I was like, okay, so how are these chemicals? Because they're obviously getting into the house, or they're in my hair. They're on Stella's fur. Something is, you know, bouncing them out and getting them into my eyes, because it was happening. It already started happening this morning. So, and there's huge floods happening, like in places you wouldn't be expecting. I guess Vegas is flooding, St. Louis is flooding. I think Kentucky is flooding. Like there's a whole bunch, like really bad flooding. Like people are dying in these floods. The water is rushing. The Hoover Dam is now empty. There's probably some more. Like this is mass control, and people just accept, like, this isn't climate change. Like, this is legit. They are trying to wipe us out. And I find it really interesting too, because there's been so many people now who have started looking into our hidden history, and they're constantly, look up the mud floods, look up the Tartarians, look this stuff up, look that stuff up, you know, and keep telling people to look this stuff up. Well, when you think about that, like some of this footage that has shown us this stuff where they tell us it was the 1800s, which isn't that long ago, but everything is so different. And how there was all of these orphans that they were selling. They had little like lemonade stands out, like little kids sitting on here, buy one for a nickel. You know, you got to think about, like, how did that happen? This is what they do. They wipe out the people. That's what they're trying to do, because it's worked all the time. Because this isn't the first reset. These cycles are the cycle of the zodiac. The cycle, once it's completed, that cycle's done. It completes the cycle, and that is all because of reincarnation and incarnating. You wouldn't go into the same reality over and over and over. So it is a reset. It's like a new movie, a new opportunity, and they happen all the time. And these people, they just try and do a mass wipeout, just kill everybody. Like right now, it's starting to burn. Like, I don't know, it'll start. You can just feel it. It feels all of a sudden like prickles in your eyes, like this prickling. And then it feels like it'll just start burning, and it's a horrible feeling. That's all I know. I really, really wish of, the two things that I really, really regret. I mean, there's a lot of things for sure. Like, I regret ever letting them cut into my body for anything. But I definitely, that if I wouldn't have went in and got that hysterectomy, if I wouldn't have believed them, I don't know. But, I wouldn't have this damage to my eyes. But, going in and letting them try and fix them again and do this laser, I'm so mad at myself for doing that. And I'm so mad at myself for putting these implants into my chest. Those two things are huge regrets to me. Like, I just wish I would have known what I know now. And I can just keep passing information on to try and help other people. But, I had to learn the hard way. And I know there's a lot of people who are learning the hard way right now about Western medicine and, a lot of stuff that people are learning about right now. And so, I don't remember what I was talking about for a second. I just start going on too many things. But, I just saw these people who are just in denial or something. Like, when all of these different people all around the country are saying, I'm having this reaction. I suddenly have allergies and I'm having these horrible reactions and stuff. And then people are like, well, you know, it's the pollen. What pollen? Where's the pollen? What is growing that is putting out pollen? All I have is dead pine needles. I had a girl come into my thing today even and tell me, because I had done a thing to show all the pine needles on the ground. When I got home, it was like the whole ground is covered with pine needles. All my patio was covered with it, all my patio furniture, everything. Just like fall with leaves, only it's pine needles everywhere. And this one person, well, I guess we don't see the same thing because I don't see that. Dude, I don't care what you see. I'm showing what I see. If you don't see it, move on. There is people who do see it, and they do want to talk about it. They want to talk about what's going on with my body. They want to talk about what's going on with the trees, with nature. Like, there's people who want to talk about that, who are, you know, a lot of people, like when I very first started waking up and I was so alone and I tried to talk to people around me and they couldn't figure it out. They thought I had gone crazy. And I went to YouTube looking for other people who, I think what got me first was I was looking for stuff about Dolores Cannon when I heard of her. So I started looking up a bunch of stuff about her. And then that led me to more stuff where I started seeing more people talking about what was going on with me. So when me putting my information out there is for those people to see, like, oh, this is happening for me. Like, I want to see, like, what's happening, like, do a comparison, like, how is this happening for you and for me? And, you know, it's finding people who are experiencing what you're experiencing so you don't feel so crazy. Because if I don't put this stuff out there about that it's not allergies and stuff, like so many people think, oh, I'm sick, I'm going to run down and do a test. Well, now we know that those tests are also not just putting in more poison, but they are also DNA gathering. Now, BlackRock has bought 23andMe. So this is all playing out just as they said. And the medical stuff has already started. Like, every single thing is to keep you cut off from all things. So you wouldn't have a family doctor you could turn to for your medical thing. It's all going to be based off your DNA, and they're just going to tell you what medicine to take. It's all going to be by Zoom calls. You are a number. That's it. That's all they have time for. The people who are left, because they're actively trying to kill a bunch of people. And they are using DNA to target certain individuals and certain groups. Like, they are definitely taking out certain people. Yesterday, I saw a thing where a guy was talking about, because I'm not sure what his point was, but he was Canadian, and he was talking about, I don't know if it was like 6 of their legal people or something had died. And just all of a sudden, and he was going through telling how they're young and stuff, and 2 of them are both eyes are doing it, triathlons. And he said, I'm an athlete, and how are these 2 just dropping dead like this, just out of the blue? And he goes, that I find concerning, because I'm an athlete and I do these same things. And so I was thinking, oh my gosh, it's really burning so bad. I was thinking, if he was being serious about certain individuals being targeted, you got to remember who owns the supplements and stuff. It's all corporate owned. So every supplement that we have, see, how can anyone say this is allergies? Just all of a sudden, oh my gosh. Oh, fuck. I'll have to go in a sec. It hurts so bad when it goes on. Oh my gosh. But I don't see how anybody can. The supplements are going to be messed with. The food is being messed with. Okay, I'll have to come back.